Yellows, yellows, everybody, and welcome in. It is a new moon negativity removal call today. And the reason why you have your candle as well as your cut lemon is because they are negativity removers and processors. They will absorb the energies that we are giving out so that our environment also stays fresh and clean by the time we are done. Before anything else, can I confirm that everybody is familiar with word medicine, also known as the decrees? You can definitely listen and live even if you don't have your candles and lemon. It's okay. It's good to have them. They are supporters, but they are not a fixed requirement. It's okay if you don't have it. Bhavna says no. Okay. Oh, so we've got one no, but we've got Nishi who said decrees are BFF. Yati says yes. Sonal, I think you're familiar as well, and I think every other name is looking familiar to me too, so I trust you do know how word medicine works. Basically, you say some words and the medicine starts happening almost immediately in the body or in the mind or in the environment. So Ishi also says no, okay. So Bhavna, Ishi, I will keep in mind that when I do give the word medicine that I let you all know that it is a word medicine, and I will watch out for your responses since it is your first time. And Surya says second call. So Surya, you are still a newbie, but somewhat you would have already become familiar because word medicine is really simple. It's really easy. Even if you've joined us for the first time, you'll get the hang of it on today's call itself. Doreen is also not familiar. All right. I will watch out for three of y'all. Yes, Ishi, got it. You, Doreen, and Bhavna. You all are not very familiar with it. It's okay. Liz is very tired. Please fall asleep. No problem at all. Thank you so much, Stacey. Blessed new moon. And Jewish New Year. I didn't know that. Happy Jewish New Year to everybody who's celebrating it today. New moon days and nights are perfect to take a look at what needs to be cleaned, cleared, released in order for us to move into the next action-oriented phase of the moon. After new moon, the moon starts growing and then becomes the full moon. And by the way, we will also get together for a full moon call. And the full moon call that we're going to do is part 2 of a full moon call we had done before on a zodiac, on our zodiac. And we're going to be doing part 2 of the zodiac on full moon. But today we want to take a look at what it is that's showing up for us to clear. It's very easy around a new moon to get negative. And because Mercury retrograde is ending tomorrow, and when a planet is retrograde, all kinds of things happen. When Mercury is retrograde, we do tend to get a little bit more negative. We can be snappish, cranky, overwhelmed, emotional, tantrumy, talking non-stop, not letting anyone else speak, and making all kinds of assumptions. Like W decided to speak to a dietitian. She got an appointment for next Friday, and today her entire session was on the fear that she's going to be asked to stop eating what she likes. She hasn't yet met the dietitian, but the fear takes over. Or like Peewee, he's dealing with a court case, and from yesterday to today, he's thinking about giving up because he just cannot believe his efforts will pay off, that he can take on his company and win. So in all kinds of symptoms, new moons do impact us. The complete opposite can also happen on a new moon. Some of us can feel very bright and fresh and looking forward to tomorrow. How are you doing? What's coming up for you? What are you dealing with? And what has become more intense over yesterday and today? Like Seema says, oh goodness, nothing's been working for past 1 week for me. Follow-up has increased. This is very typical of Mercury retrograde, but things will fall into place from the weekend and Monday onwards. You'll see, Seema. Like Liz says, worry and some self-sabotage showing up. And Rashi says, woke up in a bad mood, not sure why. I think everything feels more, yes, everything feels more intense. Everything feels bigger. Everything feels less handleable. Mercury has to do with our mind, with our nervous system, with our brain as well, with our head as well. So we don't process very easily when he's retrograde. And because he's about to change his motion around the earth tomorrow, again, it just makes the new moon effects even that much harder to deal with. Like Elizabeth says, sad over partner. Kirti says, insecurity, feeling that my efforts are not enough. Feeling like this since 2 days. Las Angel says, feeling alone, abandoned, unsupported. Yati, see, the complete opposite. She's feeling awesome. Just some internal knowing I need to work on. Ishi says, feel like nothing is working out. And Arjun says, all talks within family are changing without proper reason. Yogita says, anger, everything against me, they're sad. And she's put an abbreviation of a word medicine there, which is you can leave now, YCLN. And Vandana says, swinging from very negative to sometimes positive. Bass also missed some meetings due to technical issues. Again, completely Mercury retrograde. Ankit says communication issues with people. Don't know why things are not falling in place and the situation is changing in seconds. Elizabeth is exhausted. She didn't sleep at night. And Liz says energies felt better yesterday, like retrograde energies were easing up. And that is correct. They are easing up, but they'll ease up more after tomorrow. Surya says, feeling like I'm going crazy this week. Oh, Surya, we're all understanding that. And Kirti says, I feel awesome during full moon time. Totally get it. For Vas Angels, her youngest was also very snappy. And SV says, so lonely and abandoned, closest relationships are falling. Poonam says, finally started edition of my book with lots of clarity. So new moon is working very well for her. And Hello says, questioning my past decisions, feeling of suffocation. I'm asking universe, when will all this ease? So basically you're dealing with some regret and fears. And Seema has also had many delays in important decisions. And again, this is very typical of this energy of today, tomorrow, and day after. It would have started yesterday. In fact, it would have started maybe a couple of days even before that. But it will become very obvious from yesterday. Yamini says, delays in receiving money. Aparna says, feeling good 75%, little frustrated when it will happen feeling. You can leave now. Wonderful. And Anne says, going through chemo and hair thinning yesterday. So sorry, Anne, but very grateful that there is a solution and that you are going through the solution. What if you are completely supported at this time and have everything you need physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually? She says, my son and I need to let go of excess weight. So much so my dad, in a very concerned way, told me I need to slim up because he's worried. I know it, just not being able to. Also very understandable, see. Sangeeta says, health issues. And what in the health issues in these 48 hours, Sangeeta, has been very obvious or has become worse? Like for Mona, there are asthma-like symptoms of coughing and sneezing since last week. You can leave now. Superb. Nilofer says past few days cannot live without having my abducted fur baby back with me. So things are feeling just harder, right? I can't do this. When is it going to end? When is it going to ease up? Like everything feels like it's pressurizing us and it's squeezing us. Like Rashi also has an overactive bladder since yesterday. Rashi, I also want you to check for UTI. SE says career blocks, not being able to communicate with my boss as clearly as I've done before. I promise you, things will be better by Monday. Parul says, headaches, slight feverish joint pains have shown up. Parul, gently start sipping water. I'm glad you're here, but when you need to rest, please close your eyes and rest. Sham says, difficulty in going to alpha state sometimes. A difficulty in going to alpha state only means that your body is telling you that something else requires to be done in the state you already are in. Alison says, I was reading medical studies on using boron for COVID, I think is what you meant. Okay. When it comes to identifying our problems, it's never hard, right? It's always easier. It's the easiest thing for us to talk about. So much easier than, let us say, giving ourselves a compliment, giving somebody else a compliment. Of course, when we are in a state like this, giving somebody else a compliment, bahut dur ki baat hai. But the point is, it is easier to focus on our problems. One of the reasons that we do a lot of moon work is because the moon makes the problem so obvious that we have a good idea about what we're dealing with. Whatever you brought up today is not just today or yesterday, right? It has been going on for a while, but it feels bigger today. It feels more intense today. It feels like unhandleable today. And in that condition, it's like we are forced to take a look at healing. You have mentioned what you're dealing with. Now tell me, what is negativity? Is what you've mentioned negativity? What does negativity mean to you? Poonam says discomfort, blocks, anything that disturbs is negative. Scarlett says out of balance. Dark energies and emotions and entities that belong to someone else, says Arjun. Seema says negativity is facing blocks. Isn't facing blocks an act of positivity? Rashi says darkness. Yati says dense. Very good. Fantastic. Tell me some more. Sham says someone attracting, dominating, cursing, abusing, putting down, targeting, defaming. Superb, superb. Anything that disturbs my peace of mind, absence of positivity, not living the life I deserve, negative thoughts. But what are negative thoughts? How do you know they are negative? Feeling uneasy. Miriam, you mean that's what negativity is, right? Sadness, attacking, something very harmful that was not there earlier. Superb, Arjun. Because negativity is everything you all have mentioned. Anything that is chronic, and chronic as a word itself includes negativity. Chronic includes badness, terribleness, awfulness, oh my godness. So anything chronic, unhealthy, limiting, stressful, toxic or unsafe. Basically, in one sentence, anyone or anything that is harmful. Like, what is the matter? What is the matter with negative thoughts? So what? You have negative thoughts. You have a negative situation. It shouldn't be a big deal, right? But it is. because negativity is anything or anyone that is harmful. A block is harmful. You don't want your blood flow to be blocked. You don't want your lymphatic flow, which is part of your immunity system, to be blocked. You don't want your breath to be blocked. You don't want your money to be blocked. You don't want opportunities to be blocked. Anything or anyone that is harmful is a negative or a negativity. Like if she says past trauma coming up, because if there has been harm in that trauma, that's why it's coming up. Alison says expecting the worst to happen, that is the negativity bias. I will just come to that. And of course, that's part of negativity, but it's part of the negativity bias. Like Hello says, I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I'm surrounded by fake and negative people. I keep questioning what I need to learn so that this lesson will close in this lifetime. And well, one of the hardest things to learn when we are surrounded by toxic people or we are in a toxic environment is to see what about us is allowing it. Why are you staying with these people? Why do they have more power than your power to leave? What about you is manifesting this situation? Samina says inverter and fridge have gone to their respective heavens. Well, Mercury will do that. Heavy expenses to replace, but health issues and career patterns improving, finding the right doctors and students, superb. Rohini says feeling low and low vibrations. Yes, of course, because that is harmful. We all know about radioactivity. Is radioactivity negative or positive? Definitely. Poonam says both. Dr. Kirti says both. Why do you say both? Radioactivity is definitely negative. It's negative because it's harmful. Alison says, believing I have to help everyone. Is this negative or positive? And only you will know this, Alison. Because if you look at it, having to help everyone, it is a very saintly intention. It is a healer's intention. But is it negative or positive? Only you will know the answer. Is it harming you to think like this? Or is it empowering you to think like this? Absolutely, Arjun. The radioactive events at Chernobyl, and we cannot forget World War II and the nuclear bombs going off in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We are all still dealing with the aftermath of that. Nanda says, I'm feeling house negativity and myself too blocked. And this word blocked is very important in the understanding of negativity. Because I'll say it again, my lovelies. Everything you brought up didn't start yesterday. It didn't start today. It's been going on for a while. Is this not true? And Nidhi says, I'm a Bhopal gas tragedy survivor. So sorry, Nidhi, but so happy that you survived, you thrived, you are here, you are on this call. Kudos to you and respect. For Hello, who said, alone in this awakening phase of my life. By the way, aloneness will always be there. You cannot awaken in the middle of people. Solitude is an important requirement. But if you're feeling tired, there is less water and you need to take a look at your food and sleep cycle. But less water for sure. C says very low levels of radioactivity can stimulate our cells to heal better and us to live longer. Also true, but is not what I had meant. I I had meant, as Arjun had responded, Leah had responded, I had meant radioactivity as radioactivity. Yes, absolutely. At an optimal level, it irradiates our cells in order to function better. Undoubtedly true. Yes, Poona, it is a tool in medicine, but that was not what I had asked. I had mentioned radioactivity as radioactivity. And again, the point was to say it is harmful, therefore negative. In this case, at very low levels, it is powerful, empowering, and therefore positive. Yes, Seema, nuclear effects stay for generations. And the whole world is impacted by it. The mushroom cloud of an atomic bomb, well, some energy of that will still be there in our atmosphere. No, it wasn't a trick question. But see, good of you to be prepared. I do sometimes ask trick questions. It was only to explain this further, that sometimes you can think that being angry is negative. Okay, is being angry negative? Is being sad negative? Is being anxious negative? No, it's not negative because they are not harmful. However, like the example of radioactivity, anything chronic also means long term. Anything chronic is also negative. Chronic anger is negative. Chronic anxiety is negative. Stacey says anger can be excellent protection. Indeed, we use it for protection where we should be using it to stand up for ourselves, not with violence or aggression, but to express what we want, how the other person has made us feel, and if it's worth it, work towards a resolution. Most of us hold on to anger as protection. It doesn't work. It harms us in the end. Too much of a good thing is bad because too much of anything becomes harmful. In Japan, they have a pufferfish dish. The pufferfish is a poisonous fish, but in the correct proportion, it will give you a slight tingle and a mild high. So it is a delicacy, but it is a very potent delicacy. Too much of a good thing can become negative. The correct proportion of what we think is bad can be a positive. Again, like the example of radioactivity, like the example of an emotion. All emotions are valid and necessary. And as human beings, all of us will go through all emotions, including emotions we would like to think we don't feel, like jealousy or vengeance. Because that can enter our head as a negative interpretation. I'm a bad person. I shouldn't be negative. No. You should feel everything you feel. Because everything you feel is telling you a little bit more about who you are, including everything that you have mentioned today. Whether it's about shedding weight, whether it's about money problems, whether it's about not being understood by family, whether it's about being tired and alone, whether it's believing that you have to help everyone, everything that has come in the light of the new moon is revealing something about you. Is it negative? For the most part, yes. Why? What is negativity? Something that is harmful. In some way, whatever is going on right now is harming us. We are very clear about this? This association between how we understand what is negative and positive? Seema says chronic is not being able to let go. It is. The word chronic implies difficulty in letting go. The word chronic implies something bad and it implies something long term. So when I say chronic anger, it means at the slightest provocation, this person is moving towards anger. When I say chronic anxiety, at the slightest provocation, this person starts getting insecure and nervous and needs to be reassured and comforted. Anything chronic, another word for chronic, but a more positive word, is pernicious. Pernicious also means habitual, but there is no negativity attached to the word pernicious. Anything pernicious also becomes chronic, becomes negative. How did negativity come? What is the origin of negativity? Why is there negativity? And Arjun says during new moon, people in South India break pumpkins to remove nazar and evil eye. Does it affect people who pass by? You shouldn't step over it. You have to step around it. Because the pumpkin absorbs it, exactly like what our lemons and our candles are doing for us. Like Nanda says, so low, not willing to do anything, so isolated in health and financial issue, too much negativity in my house, in me and my house, my son is not feeling well, fever is coming and going from 8 days, but it's good, Nanda, that at least you're acknowledging that there is a lot of negativity. And of course, why must we work on negativity? Even before you all tell me what you understand and how does negativity happen? How does it show up? What is the root cause of negativity? Dr. Kirti says because of our mindset, and negativity has come because we need to learn, evolve. Everything in our life comes because we need to learn and evolve, including the good. Because if you don't know how to handle the good, if you don't know what to do with the power of the light, it will become negative as well. Everything in our life comes for us to evolve. Root cause might be ill feelings, jealousy from others, nothing to do with others. Ignorance, lack of knowledge, thoughts. Before I answer this other sub-question that came up because of what Nanda mentioned, why should we work on negativity? What does negativity do in our lives? One of the things Nanda has already mentioned. The child is getting impacted. Why should we work on negativity? So that we can be positive and free. Why should we be positive and free? Kirti says to stay happy, to be light. And Lut says one of the root causes of negativity is we've been told and showed how we should be and believe. And how would that be connected to negativity? Oh, that how we've been showed to be is negative? Is that what you mean? Blocks our chakras from functioning well. And what does that do to us? Unresolved issues. Very good thinking, see? Do a little bit more. You're getting there. By the way, the word that leads to negativity has already been used in I think the first 7 minutes of our call. Like that's actually the root cause of negativity. But before there, the thing with negativities and the importance of working through it is because it makes us penny wise, pound foolish. It makes us rigid. It makes us inflexible. It makes us judgmental. It makes us unbearable to others. Like, how many of y'all want to hug a negative person? Negativity breaks down relationships, breaks down health, blocks money, stops us from being the best we can. But most of all, because as human beings, we all long to be loved. We all long to be accepted. We all long to have a connection with each other. But negativity makes it very difficult to be lovable and acceptable. Right? How many of you all want to spend time with a negative person? Please raise your hand. I will unmute you because we want to hear from you. And Hello says, I want to push away the negative person out of my life, forget hugging. Absolutely, well said. Negativity is a repellent. Negativity will guarantee rejection. How much have we been hurt because we've been rejected? How bad we have felt when we have been rejected? How bad we have felt when we've been made to feel like we were not worthy of another person's attention and affection. We want to work through negativity because it is a huge block in us being lovable and acceptable, including to ourselves. Absolutely is. It's draining. They are draining and we are also draining when we are negative. Seema says, how do we let go? Seema, we're getting there. When you work on a problem, you must first understand the problem. Only then will the solution make perfect sense. Only then will the solution work perfectly well. And I'm not talking about taking a pill. When you have to take a pill for a problem, you don't have to really understand the problem because pills never work on the root cause. Pills only work on the symptoms. When you come to a call like this, you look at the root cause and then from there, you uproot it. And she says, how about the damsel in distress that is attractive to a lot of men who want to save her? What about it? Is this negative? And Arjun says, are dental issues connected with negativity, negative emotions? Any issue is connected to a negativity. Whether it is a negative thought, whether it is a negative emotion, whether it is a negative memory, or whether it is just negative behavior. Dental issues do mean that teeth aren't being taken care of very well. So there is a negative behavior. What is negativity? Anything and anyone who is harmful. If an issue has shown up, definitely we have indulged in some negative behavior. Stacy says, damsel syndrome won't solve what's ailing me. I've tried. Lol. Because all damsels in distress are not 24 by 7, 366 in distress. So what do you do when you're not in distress? Like, how then do you relate to this person? Let me tell you about the root cause of negativity. Yes, quite a bit are the things that you've said. Although they have happened, they have contributed to the root cause. Like, let me scroll back a bit. Ignorance, lack of knowledge, told how we should be, mindset, ill feelings, jealousy. Anybody else? What is the birth of negativity? Why do we get negative? Where does it come from? And A says, Arjun says, don't worry, Stacey, I'm a knight on the way. But she has said that it doesn't work, Arjun. So, anyway, A says, what about rejection coming right from birth, being unwanted as a second girl child? Impossible not to be negative. How harmful this is, right? Stacey says, ingratitude, criticism, for sure. And Seema says, fake damsel, fake knight. No, not fake damsel, fake knight. All of us are damsels in distress. It's just that we are being our own knights. We've shown up on this call to ride our own horse, take our own sword, and go after the beast. Lute says comes from outside of us. As in it comes from outside, then it goes inside us. Is that what you meant? Insecurities, failures, yes, for sure. Pain, rejection, yes, might come from a past life impression. Everything comes from past life. There's nothing you're dealing with that doesn't have a past life root. Poonam says our thought process. Okay. Have some more water, everybody. Somebody please confirm for Vandana. Is my voice breaking? Thank you. Thank you. Vandana, reconnect. While we're drinking water, come back to us soon. Seema says negative experiences, impressions, environment. But then it's already there, right? The negativity. But how did it happen? You're right, Seema. You're right. Lack, for sure. Lack is a huge contributor because lack harms us. The lack of love. All of us at various degrees of abandonment is lack, right? Lack of family support, lack of a mother's love, lack of a father's love, lack of parental presence, lack of hugs, lack of kisses, lack of support, lack of encouragement, lack of praise, lack of compliments, lack of somebody just stroking our head and saying, it's okay, you'll get it right the next time. Comparison, judgment, not recognizing our true self, not trusting we are protected and connected to source plays a huge role. That's correct, Doreen. Lack of discretion. Well, there's an old saying that good judgment comes from bad judgment. So all of us have made bad judgment, but that's the way we will get to good judgment. So for sure, lack of discretion leading to bad judgment, leading to some bad choices. Abandonment and unworthiness. Yes? All ways in which we've been harmed, right? Unworthiness is also a symptom. It's not a cause. Abandonment, for sure. Huge cause. Self-criticism, yes. Criticism, judgment, guilt, blame, shame. All the ways that we trip ourselves up, get in our own way, hold ourselves back. But the root cause is put aside everything that you've heard so far, because I am going to remind you of energy. Everything is energy. That emotion is energy. Negativity is an energy. Positivity is an energy. Darkness is an energy. Light is an energy. The sun is energy. The moon is energy. Our water is energy. This candle is energy. This lemon is energy. Your device is energy. You are compacted energy. Everything is energy. Life is energy. Love is energy. Money is energy. Spirituality is energy. Relationships are energy. Everything is energy. Give me a yes for that. But Yogita, yes. The trigger of negativity is well, not just we have something which others desire but don't have, but when we don't get what we want. The trigger for negativity, it's not the cause for negativity. It's a trigger for negativity. Why does it come? Because when we don't get what we want, then we don't get what we want again, then we don't get what we want again, it starts becoming chronic. Chronic anger, chronic frustration, chronic impatience, chronic worry, chronic desperation, chronic anxiety. The trigger for negativity is always, I'm not getting what I want. So many yeses. Thank you so much. And really appreciate everybody who's put it in capital. Aparna, thank you for also adding 2 exclamation marks after that. Everything is energy. And our world is governed by many laws. Everything has a principle. This device cannot be used to toast your bread. Right? This device, your computer or your phone, you cannot use it to toast bread because the laws that govern your device do not include toasting bread. Your toaster cannot be used to be on this call. Whatever is taking place, sun rises in the east, it will set in the west. Moon is visible only at night. There are laws that govern all existence. And therefore, there is one basic law that also governs energy. Some of you all know where I'm going. And that law is energy must flow. Energy must flow. Life must flow. Love must flow. Money must flow. Relationships must flow. Careers must flow. Flow means there is movement. Flow means there is continuous movement. When we don't have flow, what happens? Absolutely, Eve. Please go ahead and eat something. Correct. The opposite of flow. Lourdes has said stuck. Correct. Poonam has said block. Correct. Dr. Kirti has said stagnation. Also correct. You remember I said, remember the word block. Okay. And Yati says, and my pen suddenly stopped flowing. I have a feeling you have to begin writing with another color. Blockages, stagnation, stuck. Now, I don't want us to spend too much time here, but all of y'all, on a scale of 0 to 10, don't put down the number in the chat right now. You can just make a note of the number on a sheet of paper or in your head. How blocked are you right now? How stuck are you right now? Just make a note of the number, because the question is actually, how does that make you feel? How does being stuck make you feel? Hitting a wall, correct? Sad, unworthy, sad and frustrated. Aimless, headache, frustrated, helpless, overwhelmed. Mental fog, irritable, negative. Frustrated, alone, anxious, afraid, headache, unsure, angry, undeserving, heavy, sad. Right at the very beginning, as part of the definition of negativity, anything that is chronic. How long have you been feeling like this? Anything that is chronic, unhealthy, limiting. When we are stuck, we're completely limited because we can't flow. When we are blocked, we're completely limited because we can't flow. Stuck means you're in a box. You're in a cage. And Eve says, like, I need to say a decree. We're very rapidly approaching that moment, Eve. And Pat says, felt I'm doing better. Surprised my number was so high. Helpless, hopeless. How long have you been like this? Arjun says being stuck could mean justice can't happen. Being stuck is being stuck. Now nothing is happening. Love is not happening, justice is not happening, support is not happening, money is not happening, opportunities are not happening, nothing is happening. That's stuck, right? Yati says forever, Leah says too long, Seema says feels unfair. So I'm assuming for very long your situation has been carrying. The moment it is chronic, it will become negative. The root cause of all negativity is stuckness. When you're in that box, you're beating that box, you're crying against the box, you're cursing the box, you are beating yourself inside the box, you are blaming yourself in that box. All of these are negative reactions and behaviors, are they not? You're restless, you're angsty, you're agitated. Negativity, restlessness is the first sign that negativity is approaching. Because when we are restless, remember, energy must flow. You know, for all of us who've been mothers, who have taken care of our children, like every time I would coddle my baby, you know, we have to put the cloth around the baby once he's a newborn, she's a newborn. You coddle the baby, right? You have to straighten the arms, you have to straighten the legs, and there is a certain format in which you put that coddling. You swaddle the baby. You know, it looks like a little mummy. For some babies, in a few minutes, they will start resisting. Some babies last a little longer, especially when they're really, really tiny, just newborn. But that's what we are when we get stuck. We are now swaddled. Your arm will want to break free, your legs will want to break free, your head will want to break free, you'll want to burst through. And when you can't, starts. That's negativity. First sign of wanting to break through is restlessness. When you have restlessness show up, you got to work on it straight away, because that is telling you that if you don't work on me, I am going to go into negativity. And Parul says that sound of restlessness, absolutely no. The wang. It's whatever. It's chalk on a blackboard. It's your teeth grinding at night. It is you helpless in rage and frustration, wanting to break free. Now tell me, on a scale of 0 to 10, what is your number for stuckness? Because that is your number for negativity. When you work on negativity, you must simultaneously work on stuckness. You're going to work on negativity because negativity is not a root cause of anything. Negativity does not exist without stuckness. Negativity is only a symptom of stuckness. And everybody's going to walk away today knowing how to use number decrease. Whatever your number is, start counting backwards to 0. So we've already got one number, which is at a 10. We're going to start counting backwards to 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We're going to do it 2 more times. Even if your number is 5 and 9 or 8 or 7, count backwards from 10 to 0 with me. 10, and Alex says 11. Let us go with 11. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. One more time, everybody. Counting backwards from 11 to 0. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please start sipping water. If you're very thirsty, you can have it at a swifter speed than sipping, but otherwise, start sipping water, and they're going to take like 30 seconds to sip water. Nishi's already gone to 0. Eve has already gone to 1 from 8. Rashi's also gone from 6 to 0. Poonam's at a 0. We've got quite a few zeros, so I think 1 0 dance. So banta hi hai yahan pe. 0, 0, 0, 0. In the 0, we are heroes. Sham, you will receive an email where you will get the replay. There is no WhatsApp group except the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies group, which I think you're already a part of. If not, you will be given a link to join it. Miriam has gone from 10 to 5. Absolutely. Lut says 0, 0, 0, heroes. 6 to 0. Vandana says, I'm still at an 8. Vandana, please finish your sipping of water. Arjun says, I'm glad India invented 0. We did. And Hello says, I'm still at 10. Coming there. But finish sipping your glass of water first. Diana's also down to 0. And Das Andrew says 0. Thank you. 0, 0. And special shout out to Bhavna, Doreen, and Ishi. How are y'all? This is your first call with word medicine. And even though we just did number medicine, this is your first call in this work. How are y'all doing? And Vandana and Hello. If you have sipped your glass of water through, you've completed your glass of water, tell me what your number is now. Like insecurities, failures, that's coming as your name. So do you want to leave and join with a different name? Although you have said you're feeling better, that is good. Mona is also at a 0. Yogita is also at a 0. Rashi says, I'm new and having fun. Rashi, I'm adding your name to the list. I will keep an eye out for you as well. Ishi, I'm sure you have an idea of how you are doing. That's my only question. Thank you, Luz. And Arjun says, feel lighter near heart chakra. Always a good sign. Mona says, my throat got quite tight as we did the numbers decrease and then released when I drank water. Water is bay. Water is life. Water will always flow in the body. Water will always remove stuckness. Water will always flush out the negativities. Trupti is also at a 0. Rashi is also feeling better. And yes is at a 1. And yes, just have a few more sips of water and check again. And how do you remain in a 0 degree? Because negativity is around our life is very good. Tell me, what do you think? How do we do that? Bhavna is better. I'm glad. If there's 0 dance is joy. For sure. If she says 3 now, feeling a little better. Good. Then what do you think? How do you do that? How do you do anything? How do you maintain anything? How do you sustain anything? Absolutely, Luz. You do it with practice. You do it in continuously cleaning your cupboard. No action has permanent results, which is why you have to take a bath every day. If you know the problem is negativity, just keep cleaning it every day. Problem is not really negativity because negativity is the symptom. You know the problem is stuckness. Every day, go after it. Okay? Let's take a look at your problems that were mentioned. Mentioned quite some time back. I'm not scrolling back. You know the problem that you mentioned. Tell me now, what do you feel about your problem? And Arjun says, could we use this number decree to clear spaces? For sure. In any case, when you clear your stuckness, because that clears negativities, when you clear your negativities, it clears your stuckness, you invariably end up clearing your space as well. And Bhavna says you need to be around to say, hey, check your decree. Bhavna, you will be getting daily email practice with the decrees. Because once you've registered, you will start receiving more and more support in how to practice and what to practice every day. Normally, we take an off on a Sunday, but you will start getting work to practice. And Lut says nothing, no problem. Yoo-hoo! Thank you so much, Yati. Thank you. Everybody else, when you all wrote this is happening, that is happening, how are you feeling about that now? Because you see, problems will come. Like Bhavna asked, right? Negativities will be there. What do we do? Negativities will keep showing up. What do we do? A problem is a problem only because we got stuck in the problem. You are not stuck anymore. Therefore, an answer to the problem, solution to the problem, guidance to the problem, support to release the problem, insight to the problem will show up. Vandana and hello. You mentioned you were feeling at an 8 and a 10 even after the number decreased. How are you now? Satkirti says, feeling positive and hopeful. Yogita says, now feels replaceable. Hello says, I'm still stuck. Ask for your number. If she says, I hope it gets better. Even that is good. Look at this, right? The negativity is coming down because hope is a positive. It's going up. On a positive day, positive things show up. On a negative day, negative things show up. So the more we start switching, better and better things will start showing up. Vandana has gone from an 8 to a 2. Fantastic. Hello says, I feel resigned to my fate. Hope to feel better soon. Hope to see a ray of light. You will. You are on this call. You will definitely see a ray of light. You haven't given me your number from 10 yet. I do not feel like it's a 10. Even if it's a 9.5, I do not feel like it's a 10 anymore. Give me that number. Because what you're telling me are the very many thoughts of your stuckness. You are not telling me about your movement. However, that is also not your fault. Because when we've been stuck for a very, very long time, meaning we've been negative for a very, very long time, a negativity bias comes in. A negativity bias means I am biased to negativity. You know how when we love someone, we are biased towards them? And all of us have had some class or the other where we said, she's such a, she gets good marks because she's the teacher's pet. No point complaining against her. The teacher is biased. That bias means I have an affinity. I have a tendency. And this tendency is millions of years old. Because when you have had a car accident, even after you've recovered, you will think 25 times before getting into a car. You will think 25 times before getting into a car and going to the same spot where the accident happened. You may start making life choices where you don't have to associate with cars anymore. Sounds familiar? Why is that? Because a negativity bias, it's a negative behavior, right? We are now behaving out of fear. We are now behaving out of contraction, withdrawing. Oh my God, इसके बारे में तो बात भी मत करना. Don't talk to me about cars. I'm not getting into it. Sorry, I am not getting into a car. You get a helicopter for me to go from here to there. I am not having anything to do with cars anymore. We are operating now from a tightness, from a rigidity and an inflexibility, which, by the way, also hallmarks of negativity. Once this has happened, why do we do this? And the other person will say, come on, it's going to be okay. He's a good driver. Nothing has happened. 10 years have gone by. Let it go now. They get annoyed with us. They get frustrated with us because we are being negative. Remember, my lovelies, now we are stuck in the trauma that took place. Moment we get stuck, negativity will show up. Ren, yes, please light another candle. Seema, so sorry about your calf muscle catch. Please start sipping water. I'm doing a 1-second clearing. And done. And please check. Sangeeta, the candle will be left burning. The lemons will be thrown after the call. But what are we doing really in this reaction and response to the accident from long time back? What are we doing? What is the biggest thing we're doing? Even though we have to do it like no, 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 even though we're coming from the power of no at that point, what are we doing? Of course, we're holding on to it, but we're holding on to it in order to keep ourselves safe and protected. A negativity bias is important because when you have been, let us say, this is a car accident example. Let's take the other one, which also we've all gone through. Somebody broke our heart. They ditched us, they dumped us, they betrayed us. This doesn't mean that we'll never get into a relationship again, but when we get into a relationship again, we'll start being distrusting, we'll start being suspicious, we'll start being insecure, we'll start being needy, we'll start being clingy. All ways to make sure that the same situation doesn't take place again. Distrustful, suspicious, needy, clingy, these are not positive behaviors. These are not uplifting behaviors. These are, in fact, very harmful behaviors in a relationship. That relationship is doomed. It is not going to work. Now, along with you being stuck and stressed, the other person is going to start getting stuck and stressed. This relationship is not going to flow. Why do we do this? We do this because we want so badly to not repeat the terrible thing that took place. Give me 1 second, my darling. Give me 1 second. My water is over. I'm just quickly refilling. Thank you so much and cheers, everybody. Absolutely. We see everybody with the same lens, but what are we really doing? Like somebody said, right? Yogita said, Lute said, holding on to it. What does holding on to it mean? We are stuck. What will stuckness bring? Negativity. If we are stuck, our response, our reaction will be negative. But the problem is not that we are being negative. The problem is we didn't unstuck what took place. Every problem you have mentioned today is coming from some stuckness that has already taken place. We have brought some lightness, right? We have gone from 8 to a 2. Most of us have gone to 0. Problem doesn't feel like a problem anymore. Negativity is not so high anymore. Therefore, we can take a look at the places in which the stuckness began. The loss, the rejection, the betrayal, the accidents, the heartbreak, the thievery, the lying, the manipulation, the judgments, the criticism, the taking, You have people in your life who take your money, who take your love, who take your affection, and then stab you in the back. Next thing you know, you are not giving anymore. You are not opening up anymore because you're so scared that it's going to happen again. Where are you stuck? When I say which is the memory in which you are stuck in, the memory will reveal itself. You don't have to tell me the memory. You just have to tell me how much is the stuckness in that memory. What is the number? Put it down on our chat. And Ren has said 100. Yes, go. Say 100, say 100,000, say a million. Give me a number. We've got 8, we've got neutral, we've got 100, we've got 9, we've got 9, we've got 10. Thank you so much, Eve. Thank you. We've got 200. Any number bigger than 200? Okay. I'm going to do an alchemy clearing. Everybody, please start sipping water. Oh, we have a bigger number. We have 7,000. Got it. Finish your sipping of water, even if it is 2 sips, and check your number again. Yati has already gone from 8 to 2. Pararjun has come down to 4. Go ahead, check, check, check. Ren has come down to 77. Thank you has come. Thank you. Did you start at 900 or did it come down to 900? 8 to 4, 10 to 6. I'm beginning the next round. But you know what? I've made you all drink so much water. Everybody, take 1 minute. Get yourself that washroom break. If you need to quickly eat something very, very light or have a sip of a fruit juice, have it. 1.5 minutes max. Washroom break. Come back. We will begin the next round of clearing. And Hello says, I'm telling myself to let go of my expectations. Why are you telling yourself anything instead of flowing with us? Flow with us. Do what we are doing. Then you tell us what you're thinking when you are asked what you are thinking. Let me know when you're back. Superb. Eel, you got it. Get your water in. That's awesome, ZD. Good to hear from you. That's true, Jesse. All right, my lovely. Take a look at that memory. What is the number of being stuck in that story? In memory equals story, equals program, equals pattern. What is the number for stuckness over there? Got it. I'm bringing the next round of clearing. Have some sips of water and check. What was the number? What is it now? Well, that's awesome. We have one person down to a zero. Pat says 64. Yati is 10 to 8. Hello is 100 to 80. Wow. Superb. I am now going to do 10 alchemies together. Right? Everybody's hydrated? Confirm to me that you're hydrated because you can feel dizzy. You can feel ungrounded. You can feel imbalanced. You can feel like a headache is coming on. So you have to be super hydrated. Yes? So I'm going to do 10 alchemies together. It'll take me just about 1 minute. And then let's check how you are doing. And check now. Yogita is 8 to 2. That's Angel is 9 to 2. Hello is from 100 to 50. Yati is at a 0. Ren says, feel like a new person. Mona is at a 5. Pat says, sweating, crying, legs tingling. Pat, keep sipping water. Love, it'll all pass. Ishi 5.5 from 7. And Parul says, my pain is shifting between head and neck area in the back. And this can also happen because it's not finding a way out. Hang on, 1 second. Parul, I'm just doing a clearing there. And just check now. Eve's also at a 0. A gone from 8 to 1 to 0. Pat is from 4 to 2. And Arjun says something was leaving the body. Yati is full of love. Parul's feeling a little emotional. Vandana is at a 50 now. Vandana, where did you begin? And ZD. Thank you, ZD. Who was at 7,000? Wasn't there somebody at 7,000? Rashi was at a 7,000. Miriam was at 1,000. How are you all doing? Parul, you were at a 500. And thank you was at a 900. How are you all doing? And I'll also ask our newbies, Bhavna, Doreen, Ishi, Rashi, both of you all new ones. Parul says, feeling cooler and better, but my eyes are moist. That's good. Always a good thing. Eyes moist means liver is detoxing. Pashi is at a 0. 0, 0. Ishi, headache near eyebrows means you're not drinking enough water. Not just now, but in general. So just start sipping. Keep your eyes closed. Start sipping water. And Arjun says, I feel like being in a rose garden in England. Why not? Mona says, lot of tears coming now. Please cry. You know, tears are a body's natural way of healing, as is laughter. Like I think Anne had mentioned somewhere, right, that what about a fake smile even if you don't feel like smiling? Yes, it does shift your body's physiology. But I've also found that it's one of the most difficult things to practice. And when it comes to word medicine, number medicine, alchemy medicine, it's a no-brainer. Okay. I am going to do one set of word medicine. All of these stucknesses and blockages, all of these stories that are so difficult to leave, disintegrate, dissolve, and digest. You can all leave now, 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 you can all leave now. You can all leave now. You can all leave now, 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 you can all leave now. You can all leave now. You can all leave now, 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 you can all leave now. You can all leave now. You can all leave now, 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 you can all leave now. You can all leave now. Again, stay hydrated. If you have drunk a lot of water, you can hold some water in your mouth and just spit it out. But hydration is a must. Otherwise, you know, this heaviness, headaches, little indications of pain can happen. Rita says feeling much better, slight stiffness in the neck and cleared and check. That's awesome. Hello, you are feeling better, you are feeling light. Tell me that you are seeing the ray of light and the hope that you were seeking. ZG says all is good. Yay! Okay. I'm going to say one more and you're going to say this one with me. And this one is, there will be no stuckness. You and I together, we're going to say it only 5 times. There will be no stuckness. 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 Sips of water. Check your body reaction. And let us do the next step together as well. By the way, when I'm writing the sentence, I'm writing the word medicine or the decrees are in capitals. Next one. There will be no negativity. 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 If your mouth is drying up, your throat is feeling itchy, your palate is feeling parched, please have water. Parchedness means energies are shifting very rapidly and need to be supported. Yes, everybody confirm to me you are hydrated, and we will move into our final 2 sets. If you're thirsty in this work, you can have a desire for water, but if you're getting thirsty, or if you're getting those headaches, or you're feeling a little dizzy, in general you are not having enough water. It's an indication that your body needs more fluid. Super. Last 2 sets. Now these ones have to do with becoming and become. Some of us will prefer the becoming, some of us will prefer the become, but we're going to do it together as a set. Enjoy. It's becoming positive. 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 Please excuse my one spelling mistake in that, but it's become positive. 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 There will be positivity. There will be positivity. There will be positivity. There is positivity. Let me know how you are doing. And Rashi says, feel excited with the decrees like light coming in. I love that you said that, because Rashi, word medicine and the decrees are a language of light. It is how we bring in light immediately, because light is just another word for positivity. Hello says, feeling very light and expanded. Good. Good. Whatever messages come in, whatever guidance comes in, whatever insight comes in, follow through with that. Arjun says, lighter, bit of sweating happening. It's not a problem. Lighter than before, so much lighter, calm, happy, balanced now, lighter and brighter. Body feels so relaxed, 10 to 6 to 2, says Amina. And somebody says, fantastic, Ren. Please tell me what that is, and I will also say, that's fantastic, Ren. Oh, I found it. Oh, Ren, that truly is fantastic. I am so glad. I am so glad. I'm so glad that you are at ease right now. And hello, you have stayed with us till the very end, because we are closing the call here. My lovelies, I will see you on our full moon zodiac special. You must catch part 1 because otherwise we'll be lost in part 2. So catch part 1. We'll put it down in the replay email that you'll get with this call as well. Come for that. And next Saturday, we are doing a crash course in the 1 second alchemy. So we'll put some details down on that as well. That is on a Zoom call. We'll spend about an hour, maybe an hour and a half together next Saturday evening. Come along for that. You can use it for yourselves and your families and your pets and your plants. If you are a practitioner, you can use it with your clients, but you can't share what it is because that only the certified alchemist can do. But you can come and I will show you exactly what I do in that 1 second alchemy that you'll also experience on today's call. I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. And of course, I will either catch you on our Facebook group or I will catch you on the email. See you on the next set of calls, my lovely. Thank you so much for being here and for spending all of this time. Thank you for being here for you, for each other, and for me. Big love, big hug. Namaste from India.